Hello everyone, hope you're well. I'm here today to film a chatty, super relaxed update video. Everyone is making all sorts of noises around me today. There's rain noise, there's road noise, there's someone downstairs doing some kind of noise. So if you hear like weird stuff in this video, I do apologize, but I really do need to get on filming. And you know, when you're in the mood to have a chat, I just feel like if I put this away and not do it now, I'm never gonna do it. So I don't actually know what I'm going to be talking about in this video. I feel like there's just a long overdue like chat, live chat and just general chat that I'm meant to do with you guys. And I know I've been really MIA and just haven't, I feel like I've done one of these every few months on this channel at the moment, and I am sorry, but hopefully this video will explain everything. I don't even know where to start. I knew there was going to be like long pauses of me not even knowing what to say. Let me just give you guys an update on life itself. Let's talk about some fun stuff that I never thought I would ever do. I got a tattoo. Small as it might seem, I got a tattoo. Let's get that out of the way. My grandmother passed away January of this year. My grandmother lived in Italy, and we used to go to Italy quite fairly often. I'm probably going to go a lot less now. We basically had to go back to Italy just fairly recently to go and sort some stuff out, and my sister and I were kind of toying with the idea of getting a tattoo. Now my sister actually is living in Berlin at the moment. I told you guys this is going to be a long chatty update, and she got a really cool tattoo there. It's lovely, like it's so her, and she was like, oh, I really want to get another one. She has been toying with getting an evil eye tattoo for a while, and she was showing me pictures of some, and I was like, oh, Alessandra, not really feeling that. And then we sort of stumbled upon a picture similar to the one that I've gotten, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And I was like, oh my god, you know, if I was ever to get a tattoo, I would get one with you, and I would probably get this. And then I kind of started toying with the idea a bit, and I was like, huh, why not? And I knew that this trip to Italy, especially this time round, was going to be hard to say the least, and just really mentally draining. I haven't had someone dear to me as much as my grandma was pass away before, which, you know, you're really lucky, especially once you've gotten to my age, to not have had that happen. And it was just really hard for me. It was hard for all of us. It was just a really mentally draining trip. And one of the fun things that we got out of it was that my sister and I just got tattoos there, and we wanted to get something that meant something to both of us. She started to go off the idea. We were going to get originally matching ones, and then she started to kind of go off the idea of an evil eye, and then I just kind of was like, do you mind if I get it? And she was like, no. So she ended up getting a feather, and I ended up getting, if I haven't explained, this is an evil eye. And evil eyes have always kind of meant something to me. I've always been a little bit, would you call it superstitious or spiritual or whatever you would say, and I've always loved having them around my house, and I just thought this would be a really cool thing to have on my wrist as a kind of mental reminder of, you know, keeping away the bad juju kind of thing. I know that Mel Sildera actually has a really similar one, so Mel, I know, but this was literally the only thing that I could ever think of that meant something to me, and I'm just really happy that I got it, and it's just become a reminder whenever I'm having a bad day. And as silly as that sounds, I always, if I was ever to get a tattoo, I always wanted something that would have a meaning to it for myself personally, and I don't foresee myself getting any more. Like, this has not kind of, you know, opened up a can of worms or anything, but it was just something fun, and it also reminds me of my sister, and just telling me where I was brought up as a whole, and it was just such a nice experience. I could really go on about the whole thing, but I don't want to get like emotional. But sometimes you just kind of need a small reminder, and I've never had one before, so I'm kind of happy that I have my own little omen thing to remember things for. So that was a trip and a half, and you know, we're back now and things are a little bit more settled with what we're doing, but I probably won't be going back for quite a while. Another update that I wanted to tell you guys on and touch upon was my job. I probably haven't really gone super into what I'm doing at the moment, probably for the fact that just sometimes I do want to keep little aspects of my life a little bit more personal, but I'm basically essentially running a pharmacy at the moment. And this was something, to be very honest, that I never ever thought was in my career path ever. If you'd have told me like 4 years ago, Barbara, you're gonna have your own store, I'd be like, management is so not for me. It's so just outside the realm of what I want to do. I've seen how difficult it is to run a pharmacy. I've seen, you know, the stress and the paperwork and, like, you know, all that, the responsibility. Anyone who runs a store or of any kind, add medicine or, you know, pharmaceuticals on top of that, and trust me, it was just never on the cards. And then when what's happening has happened, I don't really want to talk about it too much because YouTube does funny things with videos when you use the correct terminology, but I'm going to call it the C word. Some of you guys didn't know what I meant by that, but I'm sure you can think about it for a second. So when the big C word happened, which I hope everyone is doing well, honestly, it's just, I still can't get my head around it sometimes. When that happened, I just kind of was like, okay, I think this is time for a shift. And I know this sounds really weird and some people might be like, why would you go looking for a new job when something so crazy is happening? But I know for a fact that my job, you know, my job at a point like this would have been important. And although I was, you know, locuming and also looking into other avenues of work, I was like, do you know what, I need to find myself something steady, something good, and something that actually is going to potentially let me learn a few new skills. It was something that was a little bit spontaneous probably on my you know, behalf, and it kind of started where I was like, I'm going to just increase my pharmacy hours. Then it started with, I'm gonna just work weekends, and then it kind of started with, no, I'm just gonna go full-time again. And it just came at a time in my life where like I said, I just feel like I didn't want to sit still in this kind of horrible time. I also wanted to do my bit. So went looking and found the job that I'm currently doing for this company that I'm working for. And it has been a whirlwind. I've now been working there for about 5 months. The store was by no means like terrible, it wasn't great, but I think we've really come out of the other side of it and we're doing so well. If you'd have told me that, you know, I could potentially get a store to a happy place in like 5 months of work, I would have laughed in your face. I do work about 10 hours a day, 4 days a week, which is a lot. But it's just meant that I'm burnt out, and that's why you guys haven't seen me. It's not a lie, it's just honestly, I'm mentally burnt out. And to be honest with you, it's funny because when I first thought like about management, I always thought I don't want to be a pharmacist and have all that responsibility. But actually it's been crazy because the pharmacist side of it has been, I don't want to say easy, but it's been the easy part of it. So, you know, I always thought, oh my God, I'm going to have to run a flu clinic. I'm going to have to run this. I'm going to have to run that, the paperwork, that. That is the easy peasy part. The hard part has been the management side and, you know, people management and this and that. And that's kind of been where my head has been at a lot. And I've learned so much, like I'm still learning so much, and it's just, I want to let you guys know that that's basically where my head has been for the last 5 or so months. I'm still also studying, so that's another thing that has been transpiring whilst this has all happened and why you haven't seen me. I'm still doing my uni course, still going. I'm honestly like, or even right now as we're speaking, like I feel so full to the point of like anxious all the time, just awaiting results. And you know, when you've handed in stuff and you're like, oh my God, I haven't done this, I forgot to do this. It's just been really like, I just want it to be done. A 6-month course has now been, we're getting up to a year basically, and it's still not finished. So that's been quite mentally draining. I've also been on my day off that I have in the week, so you know, I work 4 days. The day that I've been having off, I've been shadowing practitioners. So it's basically been like a crazy whirlwind of a year, and I'm kind of ready for it to be done, to be honest with you. But I just wanted to basically just say that it's not that I've forgotten you guys, it's just that my head has been elsewhere. And all of you have known from the start that this has always been like my place to come for fun, and I have to be honest with you, it just, I haven't been in that headspace. I've obviously had videos here and there, but I'm not really in the mood to film haul videos. I'm not really in the mood to film fashion videos. I haven't been there, and as soon as I get back there, trust me, they will probably, you know, all come at once. But I just haven't been feeling it, and I've always said to myself, if I'm not feeling it, I'm not gonna push it, and I feel like if I push it, you guys are gonna notice that. So that's why I've not been here, but trust me, I've been doing a lot of shopping. That hasn't stopped. So I feel like I've talked at a million miles per hour, but you guys are like my friends. I know I've spoken to so many of you in the last 5 months, whether it's been, you know, I've met people food shopping. I actually had the pleasure to speak to another professional on the phone, and we like started talking. You know who you are. Like, there's so many crazy things that transpire from this thing that I'm talking to right now and have transpired in my life. But I just want to let you guys know that you're always on the back of my mind. It's just that I have so much stuff going on at the moment, and I'm hoping that next year will be a clearer year. I'm so happy that I kind of took this path and took this route. I think sometimes it's good to take risks and to do something that you wouldn't normally think you could or would want to do. But I've met so many like cool people, and you know, it's been really interesting, and you know, all the skills that I feel like I've learned. But essentially, I just want to say that I hope you guys are all doing good. Things at Casa Rossi are really well. We're really happy. It's just more, I'm starting to feel a little bit like closed in. I think, you know, we're closed in again. It's like the 2.0, and it's just kind of taking a toll. I'm just waiting for all my exams and stuff to be done, and then I'm kind of hoping that my mental state will go back to being somewhat better. You know, I wanted to give a big virtual hug to all of you and just say that I haven't forgotten you, and I will have a few videos coming here and there. I also have some work that I've been doing, so yeah, I'm not going anywhere basically. But social media is also quite a heavy space. When I try and describe it to people, it's really difficult, but it has a heaviness to it, and that's probably why you don't see me on Instagram. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I find Instagram to be probably the heaviest place. I don't know if anyone can understand and relate. I probably spend about 15 minutes on Instagram a day. Like, I really don't let it fill my head, as I'm sure for a lot of people it's their job, it's their livelihood, I get it, but it's kind of just not the same. A lot of people were also asking, like, why don't you do your shoots with your friend, like you know, my friend Rabia. Like, we've just had a lockdown. I'm working crazy hours. She obviously has her own life, and it's not that I wouldn't want to do things like that, it's just that I physically do not have the time. Like, I look back at my Instagram timeline and I love those pictures we took, but I honestly don't know where I would fit like a whole day of shooting into my life right now. And I'm sure she understands that, and like, you know, everyone's lives are changing. I just want you guys to know that basically if I'm not the same weekly uploader, that I haven't forgotten. So I really hope you guys are all doing good. I love you all so much. I did ask you guys to ask me some questions and do like a Q&A, and I still have all of those, so I will film that at some point. Just, I didn't want to do it today. I wanted to come and just, you know, have a little update. I also feel like my posture in this video has been terrible, but I just wanted to be comfy. If anyone is wondering, my jumper is a Nina Bing. I've just got on all my same jewelry. I might try and link similar stuff below. I got these really cute earrings recently. But otherwise, I think that's about it. I hope you guys are all doing really well. I will see you all in my next video. Take care. Bye.